guys, welcome to our new vodcast. Cheers and lime.
With the Caribbean came out already.
Yeah, the sound effects. With me, Jada Pink.
And me, DJ Laura Lee.
And on this podcast, obviously, we're going to be speaking about everything Caribbean. On the next upcoming episodes, we've got a few special guests from across the industry. Neil and I, just to waffle on about all aspects of our culture and what we love. But today, it's going to be just about us.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like I have to ask you, because we're like social media friends, but this is our first time meeting in real life.
Yes.
So we have to talk up the things.
Networking.
So where are you from? Tell us. I know you got a list, so give us the list of where you're from.
So my mother is half St. Lucian, half Guyanese.
Wait. I just clocked. It is Guyanese Independence
Woo,
Day.
woo, woo, woo.
Perfect
Chutney crew.
Someone said Independence Guyanese Day because we like to say curry chicken backwards. And they were like trying to clown us.
Here we go.
I was like, no. We're not doing this today.
Here we go with the Guyanese. And well, that's what I'm saying. So my mum is half Guyanese and half St. Lucian, and my dad's half Dominican, half Grenadian. So jab and bouillon mixed with denery and chutney.
So mine is a lot simpler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just half of this, half Guyanese, and then the other half is Montserratian. Small island gal, but
got nice diverse.
Yeah, I feel like it's an interesting mix. I don't think I've ever met anyone from Montserrat and Guyana like that in that specific mix.
Montserrat has a very small population, doesn't it? Yeah.
But in Hackney, because we're based in London, if you're watching internationally, if we blow, we're based in London.
Yeah.
And the Montserratian community is literally all in Hackney. Like,
oh really?
Yeah. Everyone in Hackney is Montseratian and something else.
Yeah.
So we got around. We were small, but then when we came here, we were like, so the seeds.
There was everything. Yeah. So okay, so like, tell me what you do.
So
Let's tell the people what we do.
Let's put the day job aside. But
okay, cool.
In the music industry, I host a radio show called The Sunday Lime. Ooh. So obviously you already know it's another Caribbean-based thing. That's what we do. That's what my passion is.
Right.
And I DJ for that show as well. So I spin soca, dancehall, sometimes reggae. But I'm trying, because it's on a Sunday, I'm trying not to be stereotypical with the Sunday reggae.
Reggae tunes.
Not trying to put everyone to sleep on Sunday. So mainly soca and dancehall.
Okay.
Brackets bashment, because I know how some people like to.
Got to add a bit of bashment in there, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to.
It's a staple. Like you can't play one without the other.
Yeah.
So and then we also just talk about different topics. So the last show we did, we spoke about like just Black Caribbean in school, the stereotypes that we know what the stereotypes are that Black Caribbeans don't do as well.
Yeah.
So we speak about different subject matters, but obviously we've got a good mix of talking and music. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's where I want to progress, really. Just keep presenting, keep hosting, get more Caribbean shows out there like what we're doing right now.
Push our culture.
And obviously I know you have some work in radio as well, but tell me a bit more about what you do.
Well, my day job is I'm a producer at a radio station called World Wide FM. So my role is literally just to upload their shows. That's literally my role. Is sit there and upload their shows all day. And that station's like, it's like electronic music, house, like, but it's very big, but within that world.
Yeah.
But it's nice because it's a different industry and a different network. But my passions and everything is obviously West Indian Caribbean culture. My goal is to be a cultural strategist, so helping brands push out the right Caribbean content, especially around
come on.
So for example, which we'll touch down on later, because I've got to speak my chest on it, but basically especially around carnival, just making sure brands, when they want to do their carnival content and stuff, it's
authentic.
Yes, and it's bodying our culture. And obviously presenting too, my presenting's more, I want to do like documentaries, like content series, more fun, playful. I'm not really an interviewer unless it's part of documentaries, but that's like my goal. And I love a bit of fashion, the colourful hair,
She came with looks today. I will be bringing looks in the future, but just for now it was be on time or serve looks. I chose to be on time, so hopefully the looks soon come.
So that's kind of like me. So again, and carnival, that's our kind of
So speaking of carnival, I have to ask you, what are your favourite soca songs so far for 20? Let's go 2021 first. Let's do 2021 first.
Okay, oh my gosh, my eyes are watering. Oh my gosh, you were talking about him. Can I just quickly interject?
It's not too late for us to have a carnival. I'm just going to put that out there.
It's not, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, because I went to Trinidad Carnival last year, 2020. Can I just throw that in there? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I did have a carnival in 2020. So I feel like, because of the whole lockdown thing, I've been listening to all 2020. But so far from the 2021 segment, it would have to be Lyrical Happy Place. Oh, that tune just does something for me. And Nadia Batson, Counting My Blessings.
I thought you were going to say Sugar Daddy.
Do you know what? I do like that one. I do like that one. Yeah, but it's definitely that whole backyard jam, happy place, that whole rhythm that just brings me to another level.
It's old school vibes as well. It's kind of like the soca that we kind of grew up listening to.
Yeah.
With like the live instruments, because soca for a long time went like very electronic. It still bangs.
Right, and it went a bit. It went a bit like commercial sounding. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Can I just add one? Actually, can I add one more song in? Actually, Bunji Garlin, All Houses Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say another one, but I think that's 2020.
Actually, I think that classes as 2021.
That's 2021, yeah. But now I was going to say In the Quarantine, but I think that's 2020.
Yeah, I think that's 20. Oh. And if it was quarantining, we know what year that came from.
Yes.
I have to give it to Super Saiyan Rhythm, but my favourite song on the rhythm is Boise Backers.
That your tune.
How can a man start the song by saying, I'm right up in your front door like a Jehovah Witness?
Oh my God.
Like, that's a bar that, like, I was just listening to the song like, it's getting a wheel up just from the first line. I don't care what else you have to say.
Yeah.
That's getting a wheel up alone.
Soca tunes and their like one-liners. Don't you think?
The innuendos, all of that.
Like, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It is so funny. What about, obviously, because, you know, we're all Caribbean, what about like dancehall? Bashment.
Recently, I have to give the artist to Skillabang.
I was going to say that.
But what song? That's a hard one because soca has my heart, but I have been listening to a lot more dancehall lately. I think because of Skillabang, like Crocodile Teeth.
Big tune.
Big.
Oh, like when I can hear that in the club, I might cry.
Can we just shout out Nikki's new little remix too?
The remix. Yeah, I think she's like the best person to have jumped on that. Like out of crossover tunes, she's the best person because some of the crossover tunes, it's not crossover. It's just a rap song or like a Afrobeat song or whatever. But this feels like a proper like crossover from a hip hop artist and a dancehall artist.
And can I just throw in as well with like the whole, like for example, Nicki Minaj and people like Nicki, because she's Trinidadian, she gets controversy for her Jamaican accent. But can I just say one thing? And I always defend her because one thing you have to realise is she's from New York. And when you're from America and New York, the Caribbean community is a lot different over there than it is here. It's kind of the same, but they're very close knit. It's more of a community out there. So her doing a Jamaican accent, you can just tell that's what she was raised on. It's not, I don't look at it as like, oh, she's begging it.
Yeah, or she's like disrespecting.
She's disrespecting, or she's forcing. Like, no, because I'm not trying to be funny, but I mean, try and do a Trinidad accent over a hip hop tune. I don't think it might do well, but I just think the Bashment's it's fun to play with. Yeah. And she, like, people don't complain when she's doing the London accent. So it's like, that's
Nicki
her.
does so many accents. Like,
right.
She
went out with Safari.
Multiple personalities.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she embodies in her music. Yeah. And I feel like Caribbean people, we're kind of like that. Like, we have multiple personalities.
We do. Yeah.
Not in a psycho way, but
no.
literally we just play with our accents all the time. Like, we go in and out. Patois is literally just a fun like vibe when you're speaking. Yeah. So for me, like, I've never felt like she's been begging it or whatever. Yeah. If anything, I would like to see more rap artists or hip hop artists that come from a Caribbean culture and embody it.
Yeah, that's
she's like one of the main people that do.
Yeah, but
and I would say Cardi B as well. She does.
Yeah, Cardi B's in. Yeah, I do think that they could. Yeah, she's a bit big, but I do think that they could. Yeah, there should be more of a blend. So I want to know. Right, we need to talk about Carnival.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just take a breather.
Good stuff, or are we getting straight into the? To the controversial stuff about Carnival.
Lead the way.
Okay, so
lead the way.
I love Carnival with a passion.
Right.
And I love that because we're talking about Notting Hill, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Notting Hill, because it's in London, I feel like the past couple of years it's kind of gone.
Oh, it's awful.
The route of a street party.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to be PG about it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Where is it? Where's the music?
Right.
Where's the Caribbean music?
Right. Carnival for me, after going to Trinidad and just seeing what the other islands are like.
Trinidad talk, yeah. Some of us have not lived life like that. So
I'm sorry. But I just need to say, I get it, we are in London. It's a melting pot, yeah. My thing is about Carnival Notting Hill, yeah. It's so diluted.
Yeah.
And it's the problem. It's like, it's just, I personally don't like it. It's too packed. There's too much people.
Trample City.
It's too packed.
Trample
like,
City.
It's, and it's like, because it's so packed, you can't enjoy the trucks in the middle because you've got all the sound systems coming out the sides. And I get it. Like, everyone wants to come carnival and play their tunes and that, but it's just like, the Caribbean essence is losing its Caribbean essence a bit. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, other than the the trucks along the road, and that's it. That's the only time you really see it. And eating jerk chicken at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go down a side road, like I would say the first 2 years I went carnival, this is solo carnival, this is no family or whatever. I went down a lot of side roads because I went with a mix of friends. I didn't go with like strictly Caribbean people. I was like, oh yeah, carnival, yeah, it's like a nice little street party vibe. When I started going with mass bands,
different experience.
My mind was blown. I was like, this is making me feel proud to be a Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like, this made me feel like I was surrounded by my culture.
Yeah. I say this to people all the time.
You don't get that when you go down the side roads and like, I know that's what a lot of people feel like they want, but in my opinion, you get more people that go to places like Trinidad and whatever, and you're not getting that type of like diluted carnival. You're still getting a purely Caribbean carnival, and people still go there. People fly out and they enjoy it. So why not here?
Yeah.
Why not just give us a Caribbean carnival? If you don't enjoy it, then you don't need to come back.
Yeah,
like, no shade. But like,
and I always say to people, carnival's 2 days. I feel like at least
one of the days at least. Like,
do t-shirt or maybe don't do costume, but do t-shirt. It's to me, it's the other side of carnival. Yeah. If you like, I get it. The whole coming to carnival to catch a wine and grab one, which is another thing. Gets my nerves. It gets my nerves.
Oh, I don't get on my nerves for it. I don't mind.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I think it's just more of like, I know it's part of the like, you know, catching myself, but I think it's just more of the aggression.
Oh yeah.
And like the way that people come, and it's just like all these people that don't know about our culture. You just come to carnival to just grab people, touch girls, and it's making it feel a little bit like it's uncomfortable. Yes, exactly, like seedy. So it's like you can't just come with your half like costume. Like when I went carnival, the last one we had, 2019, I had a little Monday wear costume. Some guy came and licked my boob. Yeah, he came and licked my boob, and then like we all went after him and kind of went to fight him, kind of thing. But it's like, you're too brave, and it's not fair because even when I went Trinidad, when we went Trinidad, you didn't get that. Like, it was, people were more respectful of your boundaries, and yes, everyone wants to, you know, you're in costume, you're half naked. Don't mean you can touch me inappropriately.
Look at your face. I have to say then, as much as I do love carnival, I've fully been like kidnapped at carnival. I had a bottle in my hand, standing there talking to my friend. Next thing I know, I'm not on the ground. I literally got picked up. My man ran down the road with me in his arms, and I was just like,
where you going? You're not gonna get very far.
I would like to be returned to my friends, please. I'm in the middle of carnival. Like, you can't just pick me up and escort me off the road. Like, and because obviously I'm a small girl, like, what can I really do? Like, once I'm picked up and I'm in the air, and
what can you do?
That's it. Like, I just have to wait for him to put me down. Like, obviously my friends came after, and like, it was all sorted out, and thank God I'm alive and well. But I was just like
what is that?
Why are you here? Like, are you here to enjoy it, or are you here to just like fuck things up? Like, a lot of people are like that, but I feel like maybe with the pandemic and some of the talks I've heard about maybe making people pay for carnival, that might filter out some of those people, because a lot of people were vexed like the first time people started talking about paying for carnival. I'm like, but I pay every year, because obviously we're in costume, we're doing t-shirts. Like, that's nothing for me. But for other people, it's like, no, you can't make us pay for carnival, blah 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 blah. I'm like, how do you think these trucks got here? Like, how do you think this was even able to happen?
It was a thing,
and you're just here to, I don't know, to just cause trouble or whatever your motive is.
It's true. Do you know what it is? I think the whole paying for carnival thing, though, I think it's just more of like, it's more the government just being greedy, the council being greedy. I think that's where it's more like, you lot being disrespectful, because you're that money that would be paid to go to carnival, that's not going towards the trucks and nothing. That's going into in the council's pocket. And I just think that, as I said as well anyway, it's just like a big, when I think carnival, it's just like a massive blend of people, blob of people. You got the soca mass bands in the middle, and you've got all the sound systems floating off the sides. And I get it, because it caters for everyone. You know what I mean? It's a big street festival. It's fun. It's been like that for years. But I always just think people need to just remember it is Caribbean culture, or it's like, come and enjoy yourself and respect our culture kind of thing. And but yeah, like, because obviously with what, you know, us both being in the industry and other kind, like, where would you, is there anything you like anything on your like, how do I say it?
Like
your
a
wish list. Yeah, like manifest it on the mic. Like, what is it that you would love to do in having carnival?
Okay, in carnival specifically, I would like to see more of what goes down the main roads, just everywhere. So like more trucks playing, because even some of the like trucks, they're playing soca, but it's like remixes. So you'll have like, I don't know, what was one song I heard like Burna Boy, yeah, but over a soca beat. Like even things like that, like just to kind of like acknowledge, yeah, London is multicultural. We've got so many different genres. We've got a lot of different types of black people, but this is the root. Like, you don't need to, you're gonna hear soca.
Yeah,
like, you're gonna hear it regardless.
Yeah.
I would like to see a lot more security.
Right.
But that's the thing with especially London, is when you ask for more security, people think it's just police grabbing up everyone.
Yeah.
I want to feel safe, like when I'm in carnival. And I feel like, obviously I've never been to Trinidad, but I don't see a lot of people that go to Trinidad have the same complaints that they have here. Like, they feel safe there. They're out like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. They're still out. Like here, I feel like once it gets to like a certain point, obviously it gets locked off at like 6, 7 here.
Too early.
Way too early.
And
like,
you know
it's not
what?
even dark.
So what I was saying as well, why I feel like London, Notting Hill, the Notting Hill one here in London, I say, isn't it. So when you go to Trinidad and all the other islands, you're partying from the week every day, and then carnival's on the Monday and Tuesday, right? Over here, we got Dreamland. To me, that's the only event that I'm like, okay, cool. Dreamland's on a Saturday. But there's nothing on the weekday. So when carnival comes, it's like Sunday comes, Monday comes, and it's like, oh,
that's it for the next year.
Whereas when I went to Trinidad, for example, personally, when I go again, I think it'll be a whole different experience. But when I went, by carnival, I was burnt out. Like, the first day, it rained. We wasn't even going to go. Then we ended up going. The second day, we wasn't going to go. We ended up going. And because I was so burnt out. And what it is, so prior to Trinidad Carnival, I wasn't a fan of groovy soca that much. I used to get on my bloody nerves, if I'm being honest. I thought, it's so commercial. I'm a jump up power soca girl. Then I went to Trinidad. Obviously, to me, all the songs that they were playing were like on fresh ears. Yeah. So I'm going to party after party after party, and they literally play their like Trinidad soca. Yeah. They'll play maybe whatever's hot in Grenada, one song that's hot in St. Lucia, and that's it, and maybe Vincy, and that's it. But they don't play. They just play their soca. So I was getting a bit frustrated. Like, I want to hear something else. Like, all I'm hearing is the same bloody tunes. And do you know what? When we came back from Trinidad and we had the whole quarantine period. I was like, I know every song now. I know every song. So when we come back to that carnival time and they play all them tunes again, I'm gonna be, because I've got a condition, where I've got a condition called I don't know the lyrics to no songs. That's my condition. As in, I know so much songs, all genres, but tell me to recite lyrics. You'll see me. I don't know. I would listen to the song every day, and I still can't pick up the lyrics.
I like to think I know lyrics,
right?
But I don't think I'm singing the right lyrics. Yeah, I'm just thinking, okay, I feel like you're saying this, so I'm just gonna. You're just gonna say that, and run with it. I'm like. Me being, obviously I was born here, but obviously I've got a Caribbean family. I don't have any Trini family. I don't have any Bajan family. So when I listen to their songs, I'm like, your accents are mad. Really? Like, Trinidad accent's not as mad because obviously it's quite similar to Ghanaians, but the Bajan accent, when you hear like fresh Bajan speak, you're like, sorry, what?
Yeah, like, it is. Because I went to Barbados in October, and do you know what? Funny enough, it's 50-50 out there, because some of them, like, like the more, the people that are a lot like more ghetto, should I say, they have the fresh, like the proper country. You can't hear nothing they're saying. Whereas the more like well-to-do or not, like, they're a bit more clear. They just sound like West Indian with a twang. Yeah. And Barbados, their accent is and I'm gonna say, sorry, Bajan soca is my least favorite.
Okay, all right. I think that's a good question. So least favorite, yours is Bajan.
I can't do it. It sounds like bashment too much. I love bashment, but I don't like I just don't know. I'm not really a fan.
Oh, this is hard. What's my least favourite?
So we've got Trinidad Groovy, we got Jab, we got Denery Segment, we got Vincy, we got Chutney, we got Bajan bashment soca.
You see, I would have said Bajan as my least. Okay. But, and this, you know what? I'm on the podcast, innit? So no one can come for me right now. Recently, Trini soca ain't been doing it for me.
It's not been doing it for you?
It's not been doing it for me. Like, I would say out of Trinidad, I'm loving Voice. Voice is like my favorite Trini soca artist at the moment, but everyone else is just kind of like, meh, it's okay. Like, it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't say I dislike any soca, like, from anywhere. Well, maybe Jamaican soca, because it's...
I don't heard Jamaican soca. The only Jamaican soca song I know is Rock and Come In.
That's literally, like, it's Rock and Come In. It's basically when dancehall artists decide to switch it up a bit. Okay. That's Jamaican soca. It's not really... I wouldn't say it's like a proper like a genre, segment. Which is why I can put it, like...
Yeah.
I'm not fussed about it. But I don't dislike any, but at the moment, Trinidad is lagging. For me.
Really? Yeah.
I feel so bad even saying that out loud because
it's the root.
Literally, Trinidad was like my route in, even though I'm already Caribbean. Yeah. Like, I started off really getting into my culture by playing steel pan, and obviously that's from Trinidad. So that was like my route in. That's how I first started doing carnival. Like, that was my first carnival experience. Like, I never went Dreamland. I used to do Panorama, which was on the Saturday which again,
Team Mangrove. Sorry. Team Mangrove.
No shade to Mangrove, but that's not my band. So
Team Mangrove.
I know I do love Mangrove. Obviously, big up Ebony, Mangrove, all the still bands. Pan Nation, that's who I play for. We're a new up and coming band, Tottenham based, because literally all the still bands are in West London. So we had to start our little Tottenham crew. Yeah. But like you were saying, with the fact that there's only Dreamland, then there's Carnival. There's a whole like Steel Pan festival that nobody really knows about. Like, why is that not part of the week run up to Carnival? Like, that should be on a different day to Dreamland. Like, the fact that that's on
Dreamland
the same day.
Dreamland should be on the Friday.
That could be on the Friday. Then you could have the Steel Pan thing on the Saturday, leading into Juve.
Yeah.
Then you could have your 2 days of Carnival. Like, I fully understand what you're saying when you're like, it should be like a whole experience. Because when you get to Monday, you're like, oh,
that's it. It literally feels like 2 days and gone.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I get it, because when I was having discussion before, I know it's a thing where over here, you know, people got jobs. People work 9 to 5, which that's understandable. But like, maybe like you need to book that holiday or something from Friday, because we need more events that lead us up to Carnival.
I agree.
Definitely, like 100%. And but yeah, what's your out of all the segments? What's your top?
Oh, Grenadian.
Jab.
Oh, 473.
Yes, we trending.
Wow, like literally, it's just wow. Like, there has not been a dip for me. Like, I would say the last like 2 years, like consistently, it's been going up and up and up. Like, the vibes, I feel like that's when that segment comes on in effect, everyone's going mad.
Jab is crazy.
Jab is making people lose their mind. I've got friends that don't like soca.
Yeah.
But they like Jab.
Do you know what? Funny enough you say that, because there's even like my other half as well, like even people I know, they know all they don't know the Jab songs. And like, you know, like Jab Jab on me Tombstone. Can I say my great granddad, he passed away like a couple months ago, but he even knew Jab Jab on my tombstone. He recited them lyrics. And I sat there and I was in the front room, I was like, Daddy, what did you just say? And he's like laughing, and then my granddad loves that song. Like, what I mean is, I think there's something about Jab that, because it's comical. They don't take itself too seriously. It's comical. You can't take Jab too seriously. And I say that to people all the time. They say, oh, soca's just noise. No, it's not just noise. It's actually quite...
my chest.
If you hear the instruments, it's actually quite...
it's very intricate. Like, very, very intricate. And for me, it's also... Like, once I grew up a bit and I started doing like my research, it's so culturally, like, historic, the music that comes from the Caribbean. Like, even if we take Jab, like... It comes from like the whole like putting yourself in black paint and all of that stuff, the oil, that comes from like slavery links.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like just dismiss it. They're like, oh yeah, horns and da-da-da. I'm like,
what's that devil? Why have you got that black oil? Yeah.
There's literally a reason for all of this stuff. I knew someone that also used to say the devil thing. Like, oh, why are you listening to that devil music and the devil horns? I'm like, it's actually supposed to like oppose that.
Yeah.
That's literally the point of it.
The point of
to
it,
take the mick out of it, to oppose it, to wear the horns and be like, basically, F you.
Yeah.
If you had bothered to even look, you might not be from Grenada, but I'm not from Grenada, and I took the time out to learn that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You just cannot.
People should know these things.
You should know this, yeah. But you just cannot like be like, okay, there's power soca heads and then groovy soca heads. And I'm just like, I know not to like, everyone has their preference, but it's like, you can't not like power soca. Yeah. Even for example, like I always go back and forth between Jab and Denery. Denery segment for me, I only started liking like in the past year and a bit. Before, I swear, I can't lie, I was thinking that's just, it's noise. And I'm St. Lucian, but it was very like,
Yeah.
But then I started hearing it, and again, it's humorous. And do you know what? They chat whatever they mix it with a patois. I think Denery is. We're gonna save that for when we have one of our, our future. We'll go to Denery.
I can't wait.
We'll talk about Denery more when we have our a certain guest coming on. But sometimes, depending on the song and depending on how I'm feeling, it can be between Jab and it can be between Denery. Vincey, I don't know much songs about St. Vincent, Vincey, but Vincey is coming, and it sounds a lot like Jab.
Yeah,
in fact, it's got a mix of Jab and
I would
Groovy.
kind of link them together, even though I know they're not from the same islands, but I would kind of link them together because of the sound and the vibe. But I would put, that's, for me, Jab is clear. Like, there's no one touching it. There's nothing touching it. Big up Island Mass, because they've been literally sweet in my carnivals for the past, I think I've been with them for 3 years.
Oh, but yeah.
Like, the last 3 years,
they're very strictly Grenadian though, aren't they? They don't budge.
Yeah.
They're not vegging.
Like, if you're a Jab head, go with
to
them.
Island Mass.
Like, and then when you were talking about people not understanding the culture and stuff, when we were covered in our paint and our oil, we were walking back to the station from Notting Hill. Every 5 seconds, people were stopping us. Where have you come from? Why are you so dirty? Why are you covered in paint? I'm like, are we not at the same carnival? What carnival did you go to that you're clean and you're not covered in paint and you're not covered in oil? They're like, oh, where did you get that oil from? I'm like, this is literally every year, every carnival. The fact that people don't even know that happens now, it's scary for me. Because I'm like, so you spent your whole day, 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. in one side street.
Yeah, listening to the same tunes you can hear at the club next weekend. Honestly, I'm like, I couldn't, even my friends who aren't soca heads, I take carnival very seriously. So the ones that aren't soca heads, they know, don't even ask me to come. Because I'm not going to come with you. Because I'm not standing at no sound system listening to hip hop when I can listen to that any other day of the week.
I was listening to hip hop yesterday. Today, it's about soca.
It's about soca and a hint of bashment. You know what I mean? And just a hint. But I don't want to hear and reggae, because I do stand at the sound system with the reggae, and you will catch me there for about 10 minutes.
That's when you're waiting for your food. Yeah. Then you have the reggae. You go back to the reggae sound system. Can I just give
everyone a tip with food at carnival, right? Eat before you come, and especially Monday, go right at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go right at the end. Because I remember years ago, I got jerk chicken and rice for £2.
Yeah,
£2, and that's because I waited, and it was right at the end of the day. Everyone's kind of scarpering home. They have loads of food left over. So what did we do? I went and I got it, and she gave it to me for £2.50. They're trying to get rid of it.
Rid of everything.
When I see people when I'm with friends, they're trying to pay £10 for their little jerk
in the heat of carnival at 2 p.m. They're let's go get food.
No. Carnival goes quick. We ain't got time to stop and get food. We've got a party. We've got to jump up and down. I haven't got time to stop and get food. And sorry, can I just give I've only been with Island Mass on the float. I'm not a fan of what they give you for the foods. I paid my big money.
Listen, I would like to be with them next year, and I would like to DJ for them. So I can't speak on the food. I can't speak on that. But if you want to speak on that, I don't mind. If you want to speak on that.
Do you know what? No, because I get it. It's you're catering for a large amount of people. So I get it. It's kind of quick. I think it's because last time when I went, they said that we was going to get something, and we didn't get it. It was bacon, saltfish bacon, that. And I'm just like, I spend too much money for you not to. But do you know what? It's true. But this is just feedback, constructive criticism, Island Mass. Don't come for me. Don't come for us.
And I still want to see that booking. Yeah. So if you need a DJ next year, I can help you.
Exactly.
My friend's dad is a chef, and he has a stall at Carnival. That's who we go to. But I mean, if you want some extra help with the cooking, you can get a DJ and a chef. On
exactly.
The platform,
Exactly. Just blend it all. But no, and just for our viewers and listeners and stuff, just to break down where each type of soca's from. So for example, Jab is from Grenada.
473.
That's the country code. Got Denery segment, which is from St. Lucia. And by the way, Denery is a parish. It's a section in St. Lucia called Denery. They that's Denery segment. There's Vincey don't really have a name.
I think it's called Vincey.
Yeah, that's St. Vincent. Yeah. Groovy soca, I say it's Trinidadian, but everyone does groovy.
But I feel like it's mainly from Trinidad. You're a big artist like Marshall and all of them.
Yeah, you're groovy. Yeah. And then we've got Barbados. They call it bashment soca because of the sound. So I know if I type in soca, can I just talk about if we're going to bashment? Big up the Trinidad crew.
Oh my gosh.
Big up the Trinidad crew.
You're rude. He's rude. See that Catch 22 tune, yeah?
K Lion, rest in peace to him. Rebel Six, rest in peace to him too. You see the Trinidad crew, yeah? Prince Swanee. I'm so proud. I'm not even Trinidadian, but I feel like I could be. Like, I feel like I could be. Because when I say Trinidad...
I'm thinking about the song and my eyes are watering.
When I think of Trinidad, I feel so proud. Like, I feel like I'm a Trinidadian, like a proud Trinidad. I love Trinidad. And it's just
same. I move like I'm from Trinidad. Like, when I hear these things, I'm like, I'm from Trinidad.
Yeah, man.
Just add that in there somewhere.
Yeah, man. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. But I love the Trinidad segment. I think they're really, really doing their thing.
Yeah.
With their soca.
So that's basically like dancehall. Trinidadian artists that are making dancehall music.
Yeah, it's just Trinidad dancehall. Yeah. That's all. And I want to see more. Obviously, one of my goals as well and plans is to do a island cypher tour. So Shawnee B does it at 1Xtra, but in Jamaica.
Yeah,
I want to do the same, but I want to go to Trinidad, St. Vincent, St. Lucia.
That'd be so sick.
Girl, you know, the DJ booking is open for you because we need a DJ to tour.
I was going to take it regardless.
There we go.
You would just see me on the plane next to you like, hey girl.
But and that's actually my goal, is to basically go to different islands and just do it like the ciphers and pull out their talent, because it's obviously the other islands we know is soca this, soca that. But one thing about Bashment in the Caribbean, Bashment is like, it's like the pop music for the Caribbean. So like when I've been to St. Lucia and I've been to Grenada and I've been to Trinidad, the young boys, they don't play soca. They play Bashment. They play whatever's hot right now in the Bashment scene. So I can imagine amongst their crew, if they're making music, they're not making soca tunes. They're making dancehall Bashment tunes, because that's what they grew up on. That is what, as I said, it's the pop music out there.
Yeah.
So there's so much talent that's undiscovered. And we all think, oh yeah, like Grenada, for example. Yeah, soca, but I bet there's a wicked Bashment, Grenadian artist.
Even in America as well. Yeah. Like, there's some... I think parts of Florida, and obviously we spoke about New York. They've got like, they're making soca and dancehall over there. Like some guys sent me some music for our radio show, and I was listening to it. I was like, wait, this is sick. Yeah. Like, it's authentic. It's like there's, because you forget, obviously being here, we kind of, well, I don't know if everyone thinks like this, but a lot of people think, because obviously Londoners have a lot of first gen Caribbean people, we're kind of like, oh yeah, we're like the place for like British Caribbean people. But when you deep it, like New York, places in America, like they've got a big like Caribbean culture. And
huge.
Like,
That's what I can't wait to go to New York
as well. Like,
yeah, I can't wait to go to New York, and I can't wait to go. I think it's Florida. I can't New York, especially because their Caribbean community out there is huge.
They need to stop saying oxtails with an S.
Oh, do they say?
Why is it plural? Why is it
oxtails?
Why? Where did that come from?
Oxtails.
That jars me so much. When I say it, I'm like, well, you're from New York.
So it's a bit different. You know their pronunciation. Like, yeah. But going back to what I was saying before as well about, like, you know, in Carnival, I think I said it, but I don't think I said the question clearly, or like, more like, what would you want for yourself in Carnival? Like, where do you see yourself? What, like, with everything you want to do, what? So, like, for example, I'll give you an example. For me, my goal is to have my own band section. So I want to design my own Carnival section and have my own band.
I can see you like making costumes. I can see that for you. We're speaking into existence.
Someone costume designer, give me an opportunity. Let me just jot down a few ideas. But that's like, for example, that's my kind of goal. What would yours be like to?
Obviously, I want to DJ.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, what I would want to do, I'd want to do a steel pan float.
Ooh.
Because obviously, steel pan is in my blood. Like, I love steel pan. I will always play steel pan. I will always pick up steel pan.
Steel pan's so good.
I want that to be like promoted properly, and I want people to see what steel pan is capable of. Because there was some times during like the quarantine where steel pan like went viral a couple videos of like us doing covers of like popular songs. But I'm like, we could do popular songs, but if you don't hear us play soca, if you don't hear us play the music that comes from our island on pan, like, it's different. So I'd want to do that, and like maybe try and like mix that with a float, because in Carnival you either get the steel pan float or you get the truck. I want to see if there's a way to like merge the two, of like maybe the DJ and then the pans jump in and out, or like have a pan segment but still be able to like mix and match between the two. And obviously that will give the players a break as well, because a lot of the players, they don't really get a break. Like, they're playing the whole route, and then they might like sit down, have a munch, and then get back to playing because there's no DJ on their truck. Like, they're the entertainment.
It's just the same.
Yeah, so I'd want to see if I can mix that, but definitely it would be done the music alley.
Yeah,
I can see you in the fashion costume alley, and I'll be in the music alley. We can see if we can
blend it. And I want to I want to go, because my thing as well, traveling to different islands, like not to sound thingy, but like I want to like I want to be flew out to different
100%.
islands for their carnivals.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be almost like a bit of like, I don't want to say a carnival influencer because I hate the word influencer sometimes, but I just want that sponsorship. And let me just go on to sponsorships actually. Sorry, my belly's rumbling.
Is a carnival influencer even a thing? We can make that a thing.
Do you know what? It is, but mainly in America, but it's not. It still isn't really. The nearest to a carnival influencer we had was a white chocolate, and you know that we all know how that ended up. So I
think something's happening next door. Let's just ignore. Let's ignore.
Yeah,
just slide past that.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Right. That chocolate ain't my chocolate.
Well, don't even let me get into that. Can I just say as well? Yeah, this isn't to anyone. Can I just say, right? I know it sounds bad, but you know, an element of me kind of thought shame on us as a community. 100%. I said shame because you know what? No offense, but we've got this thing where if you're white, we let them in or something, you do a little wine and that's it. Everyone's running like. He doesn't do anything special. All right, cool. He's white and he winds his waist. There's nothing special, but because he's white, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. But that's another thing of putting him on a pedestal. So when he turns, so I look at it as sorry. When he turned around and said what he said, I laughed. I did not take it to her face. So I thought, like, what did you expect?
Exactly. What
did you
put
him on a pedestal? Yeah. So why are we so surprised? Stop putting people on a pedestal.
He paved the way, innit?
For doing he paved the way. In Dennery too. Who paving it? Who paving it?
Yeah, but, you know, I 100% agree with you.
Like I don't. When I think of him now, I don't think, oh, you know, culture vulture. I just think it was only going to come to light because you don't want to put him on a pedestal.
That's what we get.
That's what we get.
Because what did he do that was special?
Just one of his ways, but because all you mass bands and tourist boards want to fly him out to Miami and St. Lucia and Grenada and Trinidad and all these carnivals, and he gets everything paid and inclusive.
That's crazy.
Because he winds his waist because he's white. That's
crazy.
It. And then when he turns around and said everyone wants to slander him, nah, that's what the community bloody get. Sorry, that's what you get.
That's actually crazy. I didn't know he was getting flued out like that.
Yeah, he was getting like I don't want to 100% assume, but I'm going to assume he was getting paid like it was, you know, he was.
Well, if he was
flights and accommodation,
way, I'm assuming that would make sense for him.
Yeah,
to, like,
and his whole thing was that he was a Carnival Caribbean influencer kind of thing, but it always happens. So boy, I'm not, you know, that's, you know,
we're right here.
Exactly,
like, we are here. Right here.
We are here,
and we are actually Caribbean.
Yeah,
and we are black.
Exactly,
like,
and we're lit as well. That's the thing.
Come on,
you know, and I think. What was I going to say about Carnival as well?
You want to be a Carnival influencer, but you don't want to call it.
Yeah. I want to like go to different islands and have networks out there. Like I want it to be a thing where I'm going like, you see, cool. So you see how I say I don't really like Notting Hill Carnival. The reason why I don't get too hung up on it is because I know there's other carnivals across the world. Yeah. I know for me, I want whatever my job role is or whatever my title is. I'm not here half the time because in April I'm in Jamaica Carnival or February the carnival season starts in Trinidad. Dominica too. Big up my Bouillon crew. We can't forget Dominica. And can I just say something?
I can't believe we didn't even talk about that. Why did we not talk about that? Oh my gosh, Bouillon.
How can I not remember Bouillon? I knew I was missing an island. And you know the thing about Bouillon, Bouillon, out of all the soca, I was raised on Bouillon. With my mum St. Lucian, but she played Bouillon a lot.
Obviously there's old school in every genre, but like WCK,
Triple K,
like those are classic. Obviously you've got classics everywhere.
But what is it about Dennery? Do you know, not Dennery, do you know what? We're going to bring on a Dominican person because we need to talk about Dominica Soca. Oh, we'll talk on with our St. Lucian guest. Yeah. Because I need to delve in about Dominica Soca and why it's not
hitting. It doesn't get pushed.
It's over. It's underrated. Yeah. There's too much Dominican tunes. I'm like, this is, sometimes, no offense, sometimes I listen to Bouillon and I'm like, it's even some can be better than Jab because of the beat and the listen, we'll get into that in the next kind of one. But what I was going to say is, that's why I don't get too hung up on Notting Hill Carnival. I look at it as there's different. There's other. I will be going to, I said February, Trinidad or Dominica, Jamaica in April, St. Lucia, Vincy. Then you got Notting Hill in August. Yeah. But it's fine because I come back and I got Miami in October. So that's why I don't get too much. But another point I want to stress on as well is these brands. So as an aspiring cultural, not aspiring, I'm an emerging. I am a cultural strategist. My goal is I want to work with brands. So all these Ray and Nephews and these Red Bulls and Spotify's and all these brands that when Carnival comes, they push a lot of content out. I want to be on those teams to make sure you're pushing out the right content. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The right Caribbean content. You're capturing the whole essence. Big up Carib Brit as well. They're a platform, a UK media platform.
Everything on there is authentic.
Yeah, authentic. And Shabba Party, authentic Caribbean parties and media space by us, basically. Because I look at brands, like, obviously I've been looking at Ray Nephew as a brand I want to work with, but I follow them, I stalk them, and if they're listening, you know what, hear it out. Like, you lot, the way you're going with Ray Nephew, where's the Caribbean influence? It's too much youth culture.
That's exactly it.
It's what they're doing is they're mixing.
It's like a general black culture thing that a lot of these brands are pushing, and it's like, yeah, okay, we are all black and we love being black. Like, I would say there's a lot of unity. There's somewhat a lot of unity in the black culture, but we're still not all from the same place.
We're not.
Like,
and when I think of brands
Africans and Caribbeans, we're different. Like,
yeah, we have different upbringings.
And there's nothing wrong with, okay, we're gonna work with the Caribbean side and push this and make it authentic, and then we're gonna work with the African side and push this and make it authentic. We don't have to be like all lumped together as one black group. Like,
that's what I'm looking at. These brands, they're just lumping it together as one big black youth culture, and I get it because they're probably
they're still a London culture.
Yeah, and when I'm looking, I can imagine the amount of they're pushing the Ray Nephew brand up and up. It's getting better and better. But I'm just thinking, like, come on, guys, like. The Caribbean culture is losing its essence. All the events.
Spotify, I love Spotify. That's what I use.
So do I.
But their carnival playlist, I can't remember what was the song. The first song on there was, I think it was a Wizkid tune, you know.
Oh man.
And this is no shade because I love Wizkid. Made in Lagos. Oh, spiritual. But why is that the first song on the carnival playlist? Like, I'm sorry, if I'm hearing that at carnival, I think I'm at the wrong place, because of all the artists, you couldn't even put like a dancehall tune as the first tune. You could have put Shabba Ranks as the first tune, old school 90s artists. You could have put that as the first tune and been like, oh yeah, like we're not up to date, so we're gonna do like a throwback thing. But you didn't even get the right, because
they're not doing their research. That's the thing.
They're just thinking, they're just lumping it as popping at the moment.
Yeah, who's black and popping and international, and they just lumping. They're not actually doing their research, and that's where people like us need to come into play, because you're not doing your research. And that's going to bring on to my point as well about, you know, there was a Clubhouse chat about other like, not races, we're all black, other nationalities, cultures at carnival, and someone made a point. I thought this was stupid. Someone don't like the fact that if you're African, you go carnival, you don't have a flag, right? You have your flag, and I said, okay, that's splitting hairs, because I just think like, if I'm African and I'm joining the float, what flag do you expect me to bring? I'm gonna wear whatever flag is on my waist, like, as long as you're. That's what I'm saying. And even the whole thing of the whole, like, you know, like, there's like a corner now. There's like a Nigerian corner or Afrobeats corner or that kind of stuff. I don't think that's a problem.
No,
I just think it's more. I don't know. I think because I just see it as, if you're gonna, I just feel like if you're not from the culture, or if you don't like soca or stuff, I just feel like for those 2 days, just like it, like just join it, just experience something totally different.
I think that's why people don't want other genres to be played, because at first, like, bare different genres were played at carnival and everyone was still appreciating carnival and Caribbean culture, but as it's kind of grown and as like the new gen are coming in, they're just like, I don't like soca. They're blatantly saying, I don't like soca, I don't F with this, I just want to listen to drill or whatever. Again, no shade to drill,
jog on.
But you're telling me that for the 2 days you want to trek to West London and you don't even have any respect for
what's there. I don't like I get very defensive.
That's why I think people are like, okay, let's just lock off everything and just make it strictly Caribbean. I don't think it needs to be like, I like listening to like the odd tune here and there. Like when Ye was popping, when I heard that at carnival, it went off. Like, it actually went off, and I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't like, DJ, he's not. Like, I don't care. Like, little, and even Burna Boy himself, he bigs up all his influences. Like, he'll be like, yeah, Vibes is the dancehall king.
Yeah.
And I took influence from him. Like, why can't we do that? Why can't we be like, okay, I don't know, I think, like, I'm bigging up Wizkid. I think he's sick. I can take influence and I can bang out his music. But when I go to carnival, I can also bang out soca and think, yeah, that's sick, whatever, and show love to that. Like, a lot of the new gen are just like, nah. I don't care about this. This is what I want to listen to. I want to listen to drill. I want to listen to trap. I want to listen to whatever. And you want to be mosh pitting.
Drill at Carnival. The Windrush generation will be shaking their heads right now. Can you imagine the Windrush generation?
Can I play that in my yard? Can I play drill at home?
Imagine the grannies and grandmas who went to Carnival whenever they were young and whatever, seeing that drill. They will be shaking their heads right now. Because what is that playing? They were like, what is that? You would hear drill before you hear damn calypso. And I want to hear calypso. I want to do granny wine. Like
even things like when I was talking about the steel pan and other percussion groups as well. Like it's not just about like steel pan and like calypso and like traditional stuff. There's new school percussion groups. There's like samba bands and like people that come to Carnival that don't even get a look in. Like nobody cares about them. Nobody wants to see them because it's like you want to listen to the same thing you was listening to on your train ride here.
Yeah.
Like, can you not just take in the culture, do something different? That's why I definitely agree with you that there needs to be more authentic people working with these brands and like telling them, look at Red Bull. Red Bull
was with Mangrove. Yeah. And even then, the influencers that they had, you had a bunch of African influencers, all 10 of them. Yeah. And it was like, obviously, you know, cool, that's who's popping. There's not really many Caribbean ones, but still, man, I was like...
The only thing I can say I rated about that was that some of them actually were like plug-in soca.
Yeah.
Which, again, like, if that's what you're going to do, I respect it. But if you're just going to, like, take the brand partnership and just not even do a thing for the culture, I'm just like, so... Well, you just took the money and gone.
Yeah.
So basically sell out.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do something with that platform. And I feel like there's a lot of young people that are up and coming, that are intelligent, that know what they're doing, that have good strategies, good business plans. And they're left to fend for themselves when these brands are like, oh yeah, I see what you're doing. But instead of helping you, I'm just going to teeth that. Yeah, take it to this person and dilute it small.
Exactly, that's what they're doing. Yeah, that's what they do. Exactly that. And that's what needs to change because it's not fair. Because I always look at, like, for example, the Caribbean market in the UK has been diluted. When I look at how the Afrobeats market has come, like how like Afrobeats artists have come and how that their market is great. Yeah. Their music is good. They've got it down to the T. We're a bit washy sometimes because I don't know if it's because I said there'll be brands that, so like if a brand was working with an Afrobeats artist or event or whatever, you know, it's not black youth culture, it's African culture.
It's not a London.
It's not a London. Yeah, it's African culture. Whereas us now, it's Caribbean culture, but it's black youth culture. Yeah, and it's just like that's when you get all like R&B and hip hop and rap.
You get
and drill.
Any artist that has some type of like vague link to the Caribbean. They might have dated a Caribbean man. Oh, let's play them because they're Caribbean. No, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that, no. But because I would say on that point of like Afrobeats being strong right now, we should be like level, because before Afrobeats became where it is now, dancehall was there. And then Afrobeats has come up to like where dancehall was, and dancehall's just kind of gone.
Yeah, it has.
And like really and truly, black music should be running the scene right now on all aspects.
And also, can I just say, black people need to be at the top. Yeah. Right? The executives and all of this, they need to be black.
I need to just hold my tongue.
We will go into another episode. We'll talk about another episode, because all I'm saying is I'm so tired of seeing black people as the puppets. And don't even get me started.
Culture vultures be at the top.
We need to be at the top. We're at the bottom, but we need to be at the top. But you know, well, that was
I feel like we should wrap it up because listen.
No, it's palais. What palais top? That means you talk too much in patois solution. So
we're gonna have plenty guests.
Yes,
I'm excited.
We'll have guests in talking about Carnival. Like Jab, Grenada,
everything we've spoke about, but with specialists.
Yes. So excited.
I was gonna say tune in next time, but we don't know when next time's gonna be. So just stay on the lookout.
Yeah.
I've been DJ Laura Lee,
and I'm Jada Pink, and thank you for tuning in to Cheese and Lime. Happy Guyanese Independence Day.